Hello everyone, I'm Bra Mithra. It's that time. Time to do some beta reviews. I'm going to be joined again by Jay Richter. This time, because it's Halloween, there's also the Halloween costume that we usually get every year, plus the like Halloween painter scale mini and stuff. So there's more. There's actually white boxes in this. 2 white boxes were released this Halloween and 1 beta. So we're going to cover all those things. Very interesting. Lots of stuff to talk about with those. But first and foremost, again, because this is the Halloween one, that takes time to get shipping, this is right before Black Friday. And as you see right now, I'm actually down, not where I normally record these beta intro Let's Talk videos. I'm actually was just trying to finish up next episode of season 4, so just so happens I get to record this intro. But most importantly, the reason why I want to do this is Jay will be joining me again for a live stream. I'm going to be live streaming on Black Friday. So, actually, it's the day before Black Friday because the Black Friday update usually goes up at midnight, New York time, which is Eastern Standard Time in the United States, is when the Kickstarter update goes. So I'll be live streaming. I'll be playing up for a while before that. I'll put up posts and everything. So if you want to talk to me and Jay about it. Jay has been confirmed. There are other people who have open invites, other people who've been confirmed. Kingdom Death live stream. I'll see you Black Friday. Now, let's talk Kingdom Death. It is that time of the month, again, for beta releases. And I'm joined once again by Jay Richter because that is our now thing. We'll start with what we usually always start with, and that's talking about lore. But there wasn't too much, really, to go on this time, mostly because it's Halloween, so that stuff's pretty, themed, so there's not much lore to get. We got a costume, and we got a regular, traditional survivor, but his lore was like a sentence. He's just the brother of Grimory, which is neat. And then we did apparently get an Erza, which is the most lore-y of lores.
Yes, Gordon Star, Erza.
Yes.
Those heels, oh man.
She has a very unique concept here. Now, sure, again, she's themed for Halloween, but 'tis the season for Halloween stuff. Poots loves his Halloween stuff, so...
It's a good holiday.
Yeah,
Scythe is a big dumb pumpkin.
Yes, it's understandable that we'd get that stuff. However, this is very interesting, the lore for her, because she's part of Dedheim, or Dedham.
Dedham. I'm gonna go with Dedham.
Yeah, it sounds like a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
What was it? It's like it's like Halloween Town, but it's guarded by the Dedhams, crystalline gates. Are the monstrous lore claims within Dedham's crystalline gates? The dead are collected. Erza of Dedham guards the settlement's black tourmaline gates. She bars the denizens of Dedham from leaving and spilling into the world of the living. So this is interesting. How do you... Because so for starters, these are not negative patterns, which help interpret how the lore reads. Do you agree with that?
Yes. So I think Dedham was established in the settlement that got GSK'd, that you get the Ember from, for obvious reasons. I think that was Dedham, most likely, because that's how you get the Scythe.
Yes. Yes, that is exactly how you get it. We'll get into that. And it does have a lot of, the connections to that pattern are, loss and grieving, because it deals with traumatize and talking to skulls. It's very interesting. But the most interesting thing of this is that this is actually Erza. So, the implications of that are either it's the Erza we all know and love, or It's possible there's multiple of the different of these survivors.
It's very much possible that in canon, all founders are Erza, Lucy, Zack, and Alistair.
Yes.
That's a possibility. Because we've seen people of the Nest of those guys. We've seen, obviously, people of the Lantern of those guys. Isn't now there's the people of the Sun version of Erza and soon to be Lucy.
Yes.
So it's possible that that's just the guys that the scribe always writes in. It's those four.
Yes. It's possible. That is one way to interpret it, because these are not negative patterns, and negative is meant to be like well, not really promo anymore. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. But negatives are meant to be like
non-canon,
yeah.
Or silly, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Even though that Goth was half canon and half non-canon.
Yes. It is interesting. The thing that is the other thing that's intriguing is the cipher that we were given for the last Herald that's talked about. The gambler has placed its bets and the curator is watching. Is that I might have misremembered some word. There might be like one or two words missing in that, but I think that's what it was.
It is something like that.
That also appears here on Erza's books. So what she's atop is records, because she has the 4 books, 3 of which are volume 1, 2, and 3 of the Harvest Night, which I think was a very, very long ago like fan artwork of like Flower Night with a pumpkin and Allison eventually. A Halloween Allison that eventually Poots really liked the fan artwork, so we eventually got that as like Halloween Allison. I think that was mentioned as Harvest Night. So you got the 1, 2, and 3 volumes of that, and then you've got the I don't know what's your opinion on this. Is this an entity? This thing that it's the fourth book is what's mentioned here in the lore. That's what the
Grozaris.
Yeah, that's what the 4th book says.
I'm gonna. I don't know. He's probably the core monster.
Yeah, that would be killed if these are almanac or if these are records. Because she would have to have fought it, or someone for the settlement to have the records of it.
You fight the settlement's core monster.
Yeah. So she must have killed it, the Pale Turnip King. Someone did.
Yeah. Someone did wrote the volume down, so does that mean that the King of Talata was a core monster? Does that mean Atlas was a core monster at some point? Secret Atlas core monster 5-year campaign in the chest?
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, that's a little bit, but well, there's definitely some story to it, because
exactly.
Grimmery and the new guy, which I can't think of the name, even though we've said it like 10 times leading up to this, I still can't remember it.
Ripocrates.
Yeah, Ripocrates. They're linked. So there's a story even to the Beta Gear people. Even if they're not canon, there's still a story that intertwines them.
Yep.
So
they're probably canon.
Speaking of Ripocrates, start with the Gloom Cowl. Yeah, we're going to talk about this before we get to the set. The set's the juicy thing, if that's what you're...
Mechanically, very sound. I like the cowl. I like the armor set. Oh boy, that formatting.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about the fact that it was shrunken scale?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's such a weird thing.
For whatever reason, there's about a good 1/8 inch border between the affinities and the absolute edge of the card.
Well, and it was scaled down. This right here, the card that's being shown, is the same size as a geared card. So, like, this isn't more of just we trimmed off, because normally those should be half affinities, right?
Yep.
So if this was a normal card, you'd cut off to cut off some of this stuff. No, it already is the same size as a gear card. So that's weird.
I guess they just accidentally printed the ink too small.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But mechanically speaking, I actually really like the Gloom Cowl and the Gloom Leather set.
Yes, we'll talk about the set. Because if you didn't know, because I'm going to have up the picture right here where it just shows Gloom Cowl, it doesn't have the set keyword, so how would you have known it as part of a set? Well, it is.
It comes with the card.
Well, I just meant people who were watching the video.
Yeah.
Your attacks gain +2 accuracy when attacking a monster you are adjacent to, which is interesting when you think about it and you see the actual set. I think this leads towards probably being used as like a tanky kind of person, right? I think if you're going to be wearing this set, you probably want to be drawing attacks.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be pairing this with Gusk Knives, half for thematicism and half for it probably is good. It is.
I just like the way you said it. I'm going to do this because probably it's good.
How else do you play KDM? You
Exactly.
trial and error.
So this is interesting. Wouldn't work too much with Gusk Knives, I guess. I don't know. It depends on the wording here for Gusk Knives. Your attacks gain +2 accuracy when attacking a monster you are adjacent to. And accuracy only matters before you make the attack. So yeah, it doesn't. So you just target something, and then you could move away with the Gusk and it wouldn't affect anything. Because it doesn't matter if you're no longer adjacent. You don't need the accuracy once you've already hit. Because Gusk Knife lets you move. That's why I'm assuming you pair them so you get to use the moving away ability, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Grim Step?
Grim Step.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always used that ability more so to reposition myself into its back blind side.
Yeah, like I said, the accuracy only matters when you're first hitting. So if you were to hit and then move away, like with whatever, it doesn't matter. You've already taken advantage of the accuracy.
Plus you can, I mean, with that set, you can totally surge easier.
Yeah.
You can
Speaking of
block
easy,
yeah.
the recipe for this is a little iffy. This is like the easiest thing to make.
It is literally the exact same recipe as the leather hat plus a perfect organ or dark water. And I've said before, and I'll say again, I'm only going to be using the specific recipes.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I think this shouldn't even have had the secondary option, because
but people get pissy when the white box content is locked behind expansions.
Yeah, I get that. I know that's why they do it, because they don't want to have to actually put on their shop. And I don't even know why it matters. Literally, no one's gonna care. Like, everybody buys up everything, and no one's in the Kingdom Death hobby looking at, I'm not gonna buy this mini if it's locked behind an expansion.
That's true, but people have still complained in the past, and
yeah, because it wasn't said. I don't think people cared that stuff was locked behind expansions so much as the fact that the shop didn't say so. I think that was the bigger issue.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
But anyway, this is really good. Even if you're not going to use the set with leather, which is, again, something easily made, just having this on anyone, like a leather, a scrap, and a perfect organ, and the +2 accuracy is not hard to make. Like the affinities, they're really easy. The down blue...
Oh, it's super easy.
Yeah, but the down blue would be the hardest one to find if you didn't, like...
No, because the leather chest has down blue.
Well, that's what I mean, if you weren't using the set piece. That's what I was going to say. It'd be the hardest one to find the down blue if you're not using the actual set. If you're not using leather.
True.
But I mean, it's not difficult. You can
Sleeping
get
virus flower.
Yeah, virus. It's not difficult. You can get it, but this is really good. +2 accuracy is pretty good for early game. Is when the accuracy is really needed. So then we go to Gloom Leather Armor Set. This is the most interesting thing we've seen in a while. This is super interesting. Basically, it's just leather. Because of Gloom Cowl, it's not an outfit. So this is just actual set. You could use outfit with this set if you wanted to, and still get it because the cowl itself is not an outfit. So that's interesting. I think this is the first hybrid set that doesn't use, or aside for Lion Knight, right? Did the mask, did that have outfit on it? The Sun Lion mask?
I think Sun Lion was the same mechanic. I think it worked the same way.
All right. Well, this is very easy. So the set bonus on this is quite good. When you perform a survival action, spend insanity instead of survival. And then when you lose survival, lose insanity instead. This is quite good. Because you can get around Immortal with this. So normally the problem with Immortal is you can't spend survival. So then that way you can't do dodge and stuff. This you can.
Maybe.
Yeah, it just says you spend insanity instead. So when you perform a survival action, the only thing that Immortal does is just says you can't spend survival.
That's true.
It doesn't say you can't do survival actions.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is quite nuts.
You have somebody with the Screaming Antlers or Screaming Head set or whatever, and you'll never run out of survival.
Yeah. Or, well, you'll never run out of being able to do survival actions.
Yeah, it's what I meant.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Like, the fact that you can get this so early, because a lot of the difficulty in the early years is, one, the accuracy. That's when you get the most benefit out of accuracy is the early years. And then low survival limit for your settlement. This just gets right around that.
Oh, totally. And not only that, but Darkwater Research always gives you +2 survival when you depart.
Oh yeah,
so
assuming you're using
actually using Slendy.
Yeah.
No, it's really, really good.
This is really good. This is the first one I would also say is not inherently busted right out the gate. Without the perfect organ thing. If this is still locked to just using Dark Water, then I think this is pretty balanced.
Now, as a reward for a Node 2 Nemesis, which already has great rewards, it's pretty balanced. It's pretty thematic.
Yeah.
It's a good way to control your Gloom Man if you don't want to do the Gloom attack. Path of Gloom / Gloom Man is when you have 5 insanity, you do a super duper attack, but then lose all of your insanity. So you can kind of curtail that. Well balanced, I think. It's thankfully there's not more armor than regular leather.
Yeah, it's just 4. Like a static 4. It doesn't add to it. It doesn't give bonus. It's just always 4. It's like the other hybrids.
Yeah. Which is the same armor value that a full leather set would have.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, it's really good with Zanbato. Because I've always put Zanbato on a leather set, and that activates the red down on this easy.
Really? You can activate your Zanbato? I can never get mine activated because of that damn rebar.
Now you put it... shut up. The secret is to rub dung on it for 3 years.
Yes.
Rebarbarism better be a philosophy in the chest. Anyway, yeah, Gloom Leather gets a It's pass from me.
All right, so let's move on to flower costume.
The most nothing.
This one's just
All
a
the
pretty
things.
much just a fun.
Yeah, it is. I like it. I like the mini a lot.
Yeah, the mini looks cool. The whatever here, the pattern is not very difficult. It's just lantern bloom, a leather, and a sighing bloom. And then you just need flower addiction, which you're gonna have anyway, from just including Flower Night. It's not even difficult to get flower addiction with Flower Night.
Well, you have to eat. Well, because once you go to hunt FK, you remove flower addiction. So
Yeah.
either you leave the survivor home from Crone's tail, or you come back and somebody eats a flower during that settlement event. Or that
True.
settlement phase.
Or you just get yourself, some dead monsters, and then you just draw from the Flower Night deck.
They're perishable,
Yeah,
so you can't get all of them.
that's
You
true.
can
You
eat
wouldn't be
one
able to
of
get
them
both.
and get
You'd only be
flower
able to get
addiction.
the one. So yeah, you'd have to find a way to get flower addiction. So you'd have to you'd have to eat them, like you said. It's not too bad. This is not too difficult. In all honesty, it should be way more difficult because the item itself is crazy good. Like
I won't deny that.
crazy good. But then again, that's always going to be the problem with Flower Night. So I'm sure, without me even mentioning it, everybody can just assume what the problem is with this because it's related to Flower Night. You can probably just assume what the gear does here.
Well, I mean, hey, the Summer Cyrus gear didn't do that.
It's true.
It did a completely different busted thing.
Yep. That just gave you like 5 armor in year 2. So here's the flower costume. It's an item. Plus $1 all hit locations. So it does what all the other costumes do. Then, great. It's got itself a left and a right green. The best 2 things you could possibly ask for. And then, on top of that, on arrival, if you roll a 6, everybody gets a +1 luck token. And if you really want to use this, the way you should be using this, include it in your Lion Knight or Lion God game. No, wait. Which is the one that lets you invert tokens?
The
Turn your negatives to positives. Lion God, right?
yes, no, it's a constellation that does that.
Okay, well, whatever.
No, it's a
whatever
Altered
that
Destiny fighting art from Dragon King.
from Dragon King. All right. So whatever that, yeah. Then there's no drawback to this. You just instantly get. You're always getting +1 luck.
Yep.
This is such a bad. This is so bad designed for multiple reasons. You know what else this does, right?
It activates Grease.
Does this ability look like anybody else's ability that we've seen for the last 3 or 4 years?
Frankly, I'm blanking because it's late.
This is Luck. This is just Luck, the Wanderer's fighting art.
Oh yeah, I guess suppose it is.
Yeah. So good to make him obsolete before he's even released.
I'll just stack it. It's fine.
Yeah,
Plus
or stack it. Oh my gosh. I can't.
stack it.
When I saw
Get
this-
a Vespertine cello in there.
When I saw this, I was like, why are they just giving out Luck's thing? Like, he's not even out yet. Like, we're supposed to be getting Gambler's Chest soon. Couldn't you let it be special for a little bit?
So you get a Vespertine cello in there, so it's another +1 luck. You use it to activate your Zombardo, so that's deadly. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Get a
that's
luck,
fine.
get a luck charm in there.
Yeah, this is just
You're critting on 6.
the embodiment of all the problems with Flower Knight.
You go to hunt Flower Knight, you're critting on 2+.
It's just, I don't know why. Look, I get it. Flower Knight deals with luck, but like, oh my gosh, just stop making everything deal with luck.
On True Blade.
All right, I'm done talking about Flower Costume. This isn't even beta gear. This wasn't even made at 2 a.m. This was passed around by the team and go, yeah, that looks like luck. Oh wait, this isn't luck. Ah, whatever. Luck's not out yet.
It's Lady Luck.
All right, let's talk about the really interesting stuff. Which one do you want to start with now for the three combo here?
I think we go pumpkin, then scythe, then clothes.
All right.
The Ghostlick Pumpkin is an what's that term? Arc 3?
Yes, that is it.
It's an Arc 3 positive pattern. You can only build one of them. It is seed and requires a phoenix. What you have to do is it costs one black lichen and one muculent droppings from phoenix to craft. A hungry survivor mixes the droppings and lichen together into a pungent slurry. It is not tasty, of course. They abandon their creation atop some graves. You need to have the graves principle after a single bite. And then you harvest the plant that sprouts from discarded meal with a sickle. You have to have a sickle in settlement storage. And what this does, it is an item. It is consumable with left and right green. You can activate it to consume. You suffer frenzy, and become doomed until the end of the round. Convert all of your attribute tokens into +1 strength tokens. Limit once per showdown. Hoo-wee.
Yeah, this is nuts. It doesn't seem very good. I mean, get wrecked, frenzy drink.
Well, I mean,
frenzy drink's super early, but
yeah,
this is black lichen required. So
yeah. The thing here is, well, one, you just do that, and then you also use the White Lion Mask to turn all your survival into +1 strength tokens, and then you use the Juggernaut Blade, so you have all of those tokens are +2 strength tokens.
yep. And then you get red fist.
Yes, and then you get red. Well, no, because you can't do survival actions while frenzied.
Can't you? You can spend it in place of survival.
Yeah, but you can't do survival actions
Oh,
while
it
frenzied.
says it. I thought it just said you can't spend survival.
I believe so. Frenzy. But you may not. Oh, it says spend survival, so I suppose you could rule it that way.
So you get red fist, so you can still spend survival. Or well, you can spend all these tokens.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Though it does pair quite well with the second item that came from Gordon Star Erza.
Yes, which one is that?
Which is the Scythe of Doom. It is an Arc 3 positive pattern. You can only build one of. It is only seed. It has no requirements. It requires 1 bone, 3 iron, and 1 leather. A survival returns from Golden Ember, which is Hunt Event 73, with a skull. I assume that means a returning survivor has to have seen that event during the hunt that they returned from.
Yes, and it doesn't need to be a skull resource, I'm assuming, but I could be wrong because we've seen stuff not be highlighted when it's supposed to be. I'm assuming that's a thematic skull. I don't think Hunt Event 73 rewards a skull, so you don't need...
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a thematic skull because in that hunt event, the GSK put embers in a bunch of skulls.
Yes. So, could be easily confused because there is a thing called a skull.
Yes. A possessed survivor, so a survivor with the possessed impairment,
Yes.
becomes jealous while speaking with the long dead skull. They steal away the skull's golden ember, lodging it into a blacksmith prototype, so you have to have a blacksmith settlement location.
Yes.
And what this scythe is insane.
Yes, what the scythe is insane.
This is the Scythe of Doom. It is a pattern card. It is a weapon melee scythe, scythe and grand. Two-handed and other, so Saviors can't use this, I guess.
No. It doesn't. It's not like it matters.
Yeah, that's true.
If you
Uh,
find a way to activate this thing, the thing you're fighting is dead.
yeah, it's true. It is. It literally can kill level 1 monsters in 1 round.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
sure.
it is speed 2, accuracy 5 plus,
Well, I
and
think it's automatically speed 3, right?
uh, no,
Well, I'm assuming you're going to use the pumpkin to become frenzied and gain +1 speed.
that's true. So yes, so 5 plus accuracy, which you can just pair with the Gloom Cal, I guess. Uh,
Yeah, that's true.
and 13 whatchamahoosid, strength, which is, I believe that's the same as the Gloom Hammer.
Well, Gloomhammer's not sharp. Well, I guess it is if you're wearing all lantern.
Yes.
But this is
Uh,
just sharp.
this is just sharp. Uh, it is Doom Bound, which is a new rule, which I'll explain at the end of this. Devastating 2, which means it does 3 wounds
Yep.
every time that you wound. 3
So this
total.
is on par with what weapon?
This is on par with the Perfect Slayer or the Twilight Sword when fighting the Watcher.
Or Griswoldo.
Or Griswoldo, that's true.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is on par
hilarious.
with the Perfect Slayer and Griswoldo.
Yes, and the TK sword when fighting the Watcher.
Yeah.
Um, it is also deadly and sharp
It is also
because
deadly and sharp.
why not? It already has 13 strength, and you're turning a lot of tokens
Oh, yeah.
into strength tokens.
Yeah, this thing's probably going to be like 30 strength with a 2+ accuracy.
However, it is doom bound. What that means is when you become doomed, you have to place a doom token on this. And to activate it, you have to archive a doom token from it. So you're going to have to get smacked by the trap, perhaps drink the pumpkin. So you're only going to be realistically activating this once or twice, maybe 3 times per
The monster that requires you
hunt,
to activate this 3
unless
times, oh my god, I don't even want to know what you'd be fighting.
probably the ivory dragon.
Yeah, I don't know what you're fighting if you're activating this 3 times.
So that's not the funniest thing. This goes quite well with the third and final pattern gear
Yes, it
from
does. I mean,
Burnstar
it goes
Erza.
quite well with everything, like you were just saying. You
It
put
goes
glue.
quite well with a settlement that wants to win really badly.
Yeah, or just put the flower trick or treat, flower night costume.
That's just overkill. The whole weapon's overkill, but that's really overkill.
All right, yeah, robes of Dedheim.
The robes of Dedham. It is an Arc 1 pattern, which doesn't mean anything right now.
Well, yeah, that's true. It doesn't mean anything right now, but it is
It
described.
will eventually be a
No,
thing.
it is described. I think. Well, we do know what it means. It's supposed to be. It's the arc of the campaign at which these are obtainable. That's what it says. We don't know what arcs for campaigns mean, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be every 10 years.
Possibly. Probably. Anyway, it is the only seed. You can only make one of them, and it is pattern number 33. It costs 1 cloth and 1 hide, and that's it.
Yep.
However, it does take a little bit of doing to make the blackened sweat of a traumatized survivor, which is a disorder, permanently stains the cloth. A visiting bone witch, which is a settlement event that can get triggered by certain other things.
Well, it's a story event.
Yeah, yes. There's a story event that happens during the settlement that's only triggered
Yeah.
by.
Well, when you said it's a settlement event, that means it's drawn. This isn't. It's not drawn.
Yeah, that's true. My mistake. It is a story event.
Yeah.
So a visiting bone witch binds the cloth to the hide of a monster that died of fear, which isn't actually a thing. It's just flavor text.
Yep.
Survivor and bestial traumas blend to form a garb suffused with nervous energy. Uh,
Oh, right. Now, what is this? This is nuts for
uh,
being a cloth and a hide.
it's pretty good. The robes of Dedheim are red up and red right. They are armor, rawhide, and other. So again, Savior can't wear these. They are an outfit, which means that they can complete the rawhide set so long as you are not using any other outfit items. Cough, cough, manhunter hat.
Yep.
When you become doomed, sorry, they are two chest armor as well. When you become doomed, before any actions are resolved, gain +1 evasion token. Period.
Yep.
It states it's not until the end of the doomed. You get a +1 evasion token.
Yep.
But you can then turn into strength with the pumpkin.
Yep. This is it's nuts. These are nuts.
Also with two red puzzle pieces, so you have to activate both of the red affinities on this, which is not the easiest thing to do. You become you gain +2 speed.
Yep.
Just put it on the scythe and do what, 18 wounds in one activation?
Yeah. Well, I mean, assuming you don't draw the trap, but I think it's safe to say you're not going to be. You wouldn't do that.
Well, no. Well, yeah. Obviously, you rawhide, or not rawhide.
Can I circle it or whatever?
Cat eyes.
Infernal rhythm, however it is. There's many ways to look at location cards.
Mm-hmm. So with that, with the Ghostling Pumpkin and those, you'll have five strength, 5 speed, and it's not counting any other speed.
Yep.
I mean, at the Bone Witch that you're required to have to make this, you can get an absolute crap ton of speed.
Yep. Don't forget you're just gaining evasion tokens when you're getting doomed, which
yes, that's
you can
true.
do on demand.
Which won't matter because you will activate the scythe once and win the showdown.
Yep.
Because every successful attack with 13 strength is going to be a lot of the attacks.
Yep.
Do 3 wounds. So at 5 speed with 1 activation, which you get for free by drinking the pumpkin, you can do maximum 15 wounds. Keep in mind that level 1 monsters have 10 AI cards.
Yep. Well, there's no way you're going to be... I mean, you could go do it for fun, but you're not going to be fighting a level 1 monster. You need Black Lycan. So, I mean, you're going to be pretty far out of the game, but... Yes, for the memes, you could go do it if you really wanted to.
If you really want, you can bully a Gorm really, really hard.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, maybe you're like 1 year away from Watcher, and you've taken down a level 3 Antelope, and you really want the Necromancer Eye, and haven't taken down a level 1 Lion God yet.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd be fighting where anything would stand like a chance.
Though you have no survival.
Yeah, but I mean,
you can't dodge or anything, so you're gonna be eating quite a lot of, even not the trap, just reactions.
No, just wear the gloom thing.
You're not wrong.
Just be an insane person with these sights wearing the gloom thing.
It's very thematic. I will say that much.
Or not insane, I meant an immortal. Immortal, super insane, immortal person with all these sights and stuff, and you're spending survival, totally ignoring frenzy, totally ignoring immortal. It doesn't
imagine, if you will, putting this on a King of 1,000 battle.
Yeah, with the gloom thing and immortal. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what and these aren't even the beta. This is like April Fools. Normally we talk about how unbalanced the beta stuff is. This time we said, yeah, the beta's pretty good. The white box stuff is ridiculous. Well, this was very interesting. I don't even know what to make of this stuff. These are the Doomed thing is the best thing. The Doom bound is just such
Oh,
a
I
cool.
just realized something.
Huh?
The sight's a grand weapon,
Yeah. It means if you
so
crit,
if
it'll
you
knock it down, and that's
it
not going to do
knocks it
anything.
knocks them down and they don't have any reactions.
Yeah. That's why the speed doesn't. That's why I wasn't saying speed was bad because it's a grand weapon.
Uh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. Very cool.
The thing is busted. I don't know what it's so good. Like I said, I don't know what you're fighting that requires. I don't. You suggested activating it 3 times. I don't think you.
I don't
Nothing.
know. Maybe you keep rolling ones on your attack.
Yeah, that's true because you're probably going to wound with twos. Most things you're going to. Are you going to wound? Let's see. You're going to have
So
13 base. Then you're probably going to get one from the +1 evasion. Probably going to, on arrival, you get Red Fist. You're going to get another strength token. So when you drink the thing and become frenzied, you're going to gain a +1 strength token and then convert all your tokens into +1 strength. You're probably going to be attacking with like base 18 on just without even trying to stack your strength too high. Then say
yeah,
by the time you're fighting Gold Smoke Knight, you're probably gonna have survivors with 5 strength. So just
yeah.
base, you're gonna attack like a 23, and Gold Smoke is what 28.
So 5+.
Well, no, but then
That's
it's
still a
also
50
sharp.
50. It's also sharp, yes.
So you're on a
Uh,
2.5 is what you're expected to wound in.
Put a monster tooth necklace on there for
Yeah,
good
because you're
measure.
not gonna need armor. Basically, you're gonna
Uh,
sit over in the corner and be doomed, Mr. Doom and Gloom over in the corner, and then when the monster comes near you, you're gonna run towards it, and then hope to knock it down with your thing, with your grand
and,
weapon, and then you're
and
gonna
put it on
do
a yeah
15 damage after only drawing 5 cards.
yeah yeah. Just put a freaking whatchamacallit, put it on a Gloom Man. Get an extra D10 in there.
Yeah, it's nuts. What? It's
It's
crazy.
oh, that scythe is a bit much. It's
Yep.
not even, and you know what? It's a fun amount of a bit much, unlike the needle sword, which is an unfun amount of a
Well,
bit
that
much.
requires a lot of work. That you have to get the blood, butcher's blood, which is not easy. It's random. I mean, I know I make it always sound easy, but you can get it. You just keep trying to fight Lion God. But I mean, as you
Yes.
always said, you can run away from Lion God and keep your stuff,
Yep.
whatever you
And
get
then
from the
you get
Necropolis.
free lights in the sky.
Yeah,
I like Lion God.
yeah.
Anyway,
So it's not impossible. But
this
this is no
thing
setup.
isn't
This is
even.
just here's all
Yeah.
the gear, here's how you just do it, and there's no like real thought about even activating it. It's just why wouldn't you do what these gear cards tell you to? And that's drink the pumpkin, get this for +2 speed, and then go attack.
Well, it doesn't even require a black lichen.
It doesn't. Why is it Arc 3?
Oh, blacksmith.
I don't think that's Arc.
Which I think my personal record is like Lantern Year 9.
Yeah.
In conclusion,
In conclusion, it's been a very long time now.
Reaper Kratos good. FK mid.
Yeah.
Erza hilarious.
Yeah.